Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Psychosocial. We all go through some sort of hardship in our life, right? We all have seen hell some or the other, and we all have faced different kind of challenges, and we faced probably much more difficult challenges than probably we are facing right now, and that we typically call experience. So challenges equal to experience, right? Now, as you guys know that I always claim to be considered as a realistic speaker. Why? Because I want to create this category which is not available in the market. So that who the hell am I? I'm sharing a lot of things, a lot of different facts that I've been going through in real life. We want to prove that there's a difference between motivation and reality. And why do I try to prove that? Because you guys will be able to understand that it's not only about listening to someone to understand how the person grew, how the person succeeded. It's about implementing those, right? So hard times are those times which can be full of challenges. At the same point of time, those times can provide you a lot of opportunities to grow that we typically miss out most of the times, right? So now, what are the challenges I faced? I will just provide you some of the glimpses. It's not about my entire story, but I want to put it in a nutshell so that you guys can understand why am I talking about all these things and where these are coming from. So in my childhood, I was diagnosed with one of the diseases which is very, very common. However, there is no typical treatment available in the market, maybe across the globe. There is something available in the market which can actually prevent but can't cure, and this particular disease is called asthma. So I've been suffering from asthma probably for the last 30 years or maybe more than that. So this is something which I received genetically. So people do receive a lot of gifts, a lot of different ancient properties, right? So I received this disease as a property. So anyways, jokes apart, but I started suffering from this particular disease and I suffered like hell. For that reason, I had a special permission and I was granted not to go to school every day because I could not. It's an every week I used to suffer for 2 to 3 days. So 4 days I used to live my normal life, and the rest of the 3 days I used to lie on bed and I could not breathe properly. So I used to struggle, I could not sleep. And that situation stayed there for 15 or 20 years. And then finally, when I was introduced, or typically when a doctor introduced a typical technique or scientific approach so that I can prevent it, and there is a particular medicine available, it's called Lopi Heller, or it's a kind of treatment actually. So it's there, it's pretty common nowadays, that inhaler spray we all know, but I was provided a different thing because inhaler spray typically didn't work for me. So that's the reason my doctor suggested for a different approach which is called Lopi Heller. It's a temporary relief. So I've been taking that for the last say for example maybe 20 years now, and yes, I can't live without it. I have to rely on that medication throughout my life. So I have to deal with this particular challenge. Now you can say that, yeah, we all have different diseases, right? And it's one of them, right? But why it's different? Because you can't express the kind of pain you are in. Think about it, you are choking on something. You're not able to breathe properly and you have to deliver something. You have to run your life. You have to do your day-to-day activities. And you are not able to do that because you can't breathe, you can't sleep, you can't think. And believe me, I had seen death in front of my eyes. There was one particular incident when I really felt like I was going to die because I was really choking because of that disease. And I could not do anything. I could not breathe. I was just waiting for the time to go by. But yes, I don't want to remember that because that was like hell for me. I could see, there was a dark phase, and I could really feel that my vision was getting impaired. I was getting paralyzed typically. I could not breathe, I could not watch something, I could not stand, I could not sit. It feels, I don't know, I mean, nowadays I don't feel like that, but I felt like I was going to die, maybe within 10 minutes or something. Some of the others survived. I don't know how, but I was. So anyways, so those are one of the challenges that I faced, and I've been still facing that. So I can talk about how to deal with that. Let's talk about the second challenge I faced, and that was absolutely out of the blue. I never ever thought that I could face something like that, but it happened. And that's why I always say that expect the unexpected. 10 to 12 years ago, I met with an accident. It wasn't a typical accident, but I fell off a bike one day or the other. I got myself hurt badly. But yes, it didn't affect me that much at that point of time. But later on, maybe after 10 days or 12 days, I was playing cricket. I was a cricketer in my younger days, a professional cricketer rather. And then one fine day I was playing cricket, and all of a sudden I could see that there was no strength in my legs. I did fall off the ground, and I don't know, I mean, my both knees got injured because of that. I could not feel anything typically. The strength was gone. I could not stand. So I don't know what exactly happened. But anywho, I just realized that I could not walk. I could not stand on my feet. One fine day I was playing. I mean, say for example, 5 minutes ago I was playing, and after 5 minutes I could not stand on my feet. So, okay, I didn't realize at that point of time what's going to happen. But yes, I went back to my home, and then I started realizing what exactly happened. So on the following day, in the morning when I woke up, I tried to walk to go to the washroom, but I could not. I fell off once again, and my left ankle got twisted. So I could not literally move. So my brother helped me to stand, and then I went to the bed and I lied down. So that was the beginning. Nobody had any idea, even I did not have. I never ever thought about that something could happen to me like that. And I have been an athlete since my childhood. I was a cricketer, I was a sports person, and I was aspiring to become a sports person and to play for my country. But yeah, that's now myth for me. But anyways, so I was lying on the bed and I could not get up at that point of time. I was literally feeling that there's no strength in my legs, both legs at the same point of time. So then, of course, we had to call a doctor, and the doctor showed up, and he just diagnosed me within maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And then he started writing the prescription, and I was diagnosed with one of the rare diseases in the whole world. It was a pure neuro disease, and the name of the disease is called AIDP. You guys can go and check in Google. It's a pretty rare disease. We have two parts in our neurosystem. One is called sensory part, another one is called motor. So through sensory part, we do detect someone is touching you, something you are touching. Motor part is typically providing you the strength. So I lost that particular part. So motor functionality wasn't working at all. So just think about it. One fine day you realized that you are not able to walk, and you are diagnosed with one of the rare diseases in the entire world, and there is no medicine available or medication available as far as medical science is concerned, and your doctor is telling you probably you would not be able to walk in your entire life. So I literally could see myself sitting on a wheelchair for my entire life. Just think about it once. How could someone feel at that point of time when your doctor is saying that? Your doctor is at the same point of time trying to motivate you, but do you think words would help you at that point of time? Sorry, it didn't work for me. But yes, for the first 7 days I could not believe that I would not be able to walk in my entire life after that day. But yes, at the same point of time, as I told you that I'm a self-motivated person, I took it as a challenge. I thought that yes, there are a lot of people who are suffering from different kind of disease. And there are a lot of people who can't walk properly, right? There are people who are sitting on the wheelchair and they're gonna be on the wheelchair throughout their lives. So I can't be one of them. I never expected. So my strength became my weakness. And I accepted it. But I accepted it as a challenge, but I didn't give up. I told my doctor that yes, according to medical science, probably my reports are saying that I could not be able to walk in my entire life. But I promised my doctor that after a certain time, I would be able to walk, and I would go to him to check me up once again, and I would be able to fulfill my dream. So at that point of time, honestly, I used to aspire to go overseas for different projects, and I wanted to work with a multinational company. I don't know, I mean, at that point of time, something haunted me, or maybe something helped me to say something like that to my doctor. My doctor even wasn't expecting something like that, but I had the determination. I have always been a determined person. But yes, I took it as a challenge, as I said, and I did overcome. I went to my doctor after 3 years. So I got completely bedridden for 3 years, almost 3 years, and I could not walk. And remember, after 3 years, I went to the doctor, doctor's clinic typically, and my doctor got surprised. He took me to one of the seminars, I remember, where I addressed a huge crowd, and I told them my real story and how I did overcome. Now you might say that, okay, we all have faced something like that. Then what's the difference? The difference is I'm still not able to walk properly. I'm still not a normal person. I struggle every day. And I would not be able to walk properly the rest of my life. I would not be able to do that. But I'm still smiling. Look at me. I know I can't play cricket the way I did. But cricket cannot be someone's life. It's a part of life. I'm still alive. I survived, right? And still I'm surviving. I'm going to be fighting. That's my motto. I do not need words. I do not need any motivational speech. I'm a self-motivated person. That's what I always say. But yes, the reality helped me, and it helps me now. What I did overcome, the challenges which I'm facing right now, it's nothing, right? So this is the reason I'm able to share all the type of challenges that people can face, because I faced it. I can share what I did. That's all. That's my life. And I've been doing that. I've been facing that. And still, those two challenges I talked about, yeah, both are actually diseases. But I think diseases are the most difficult challenges that you can face. Why? Because no one can help you. You only can help yourself. No one can. If my real-time story, my real-life story can influence you and can help you to grow, can help you to become stronger, then I would consider myself as a successful person, because that's the reason I'm sharing. Thank you very much for listening to my real-life story, and I'll be sharing some other stories as well. On the contrary, I'm still alive, I'm still surviving, I'm living a normal life. I do not care what exactly happened to me. I only care what my future is offering. So let's see how that goes. I'm really thankful for your support so far. Please do like my video if you really like my real life story. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel to get to know about all these real-time stories more and get influenced. Thank you very much, guys. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.